Our assignments are to get these two-way highways going.
That's true.
Nature realms going up,
spirit world coming down.
Form highways. We have 3 supported kind of like test projects going.
That's true.
One right here in the Search for Truth pillar.
That's
and then
true.
2 others in 2 other cordoned off life forms.
That's true.
We're supposed to be working as a team, an interdimensional team, to create a measurable outcome in getting life forms to live their destiny, their whole destiny, and nothing but their destiny.
That's true.
That's the assignment. And to think that we can do it for a greater presence when we aren't able to do it for 2 test projects and a Search for Truth pillar, well, that just smells of fantasy.
That's true. Restating the intention to heal the root causes of a numbness and pain in the left foot and whatever those symptoms represent, in such a way as to align all aspects of Team Lynn with their individual soul plans, and to provide a collective restart right now. Starting to be shown the pillar of the 2nd physical dimension project of the 2 supervised physical dimension projects outside of the Search for Truth pillar. There is one where the action is at this point much more subdued, and there's one where the action is still pretty hot. It's still pretty intense.
Risky to souls.
Risky to souls, that is true. And seeing this pillar almost like a map in front of me. It's not going how it's supposed to go on either end, top or bottom. And the bottom is less organized than the top.
Yes.
And not only less organized, but also doesn't seem to be headed in the right direction anymore.
Not at all.
And low in the bottom, it seems like activities are going on that don't even belong in this pillar.
Right.
Asha, waving, she's waving, and she is in the other pillar.
And she's saying, I don't want to have to do this alone.
That's true.
And clearly there's somebody needs to lead the nature realms effort in that 2nd cordoned off life form.
That's
and
true.
With her not there, no one's leading it.
That's true, and it's devolving. Pan, game theory would say that project is the right place for you, but only if you actually follow the markers that Asha set down. And I see the markers going up in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
All the way from bottom to top, and they're clear, and if I can see them from here, you can see them from there.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is just, are you actually willing, and do you actually intend to follow the route as assigned in such a way as to provide a collective restart right now? Or are you going to hold on to some other background awareness?
And to really get clear that it's not that Asha assigned this route.
No.
It's that Asha caught the assignment that was coming from wiser minds above.
That's
and she
true.
Platted it out.
That's true.
And she's working, she can't do it all herself at the same time.
That's true.
And it would be great if the 2 of you could work at the same time.
That's true.
And just raw here, Pan, you want to think that your loss has been greater than others, and my wife isn't here, and your wife is working, and you're sitting.
That's a good point. It feels like Pan is stepping up through the trap door into that 2nd pillar, but I just got a tightness in the head feeling when he did that. So Pan, it's possible you're still not using the right mindset for this work.
Well, we can't make him do it.
No, we can't make him do it.
No, so now return to the intention of the foot.
It's pretty clear that what's needed in the larger effort is to rebuild the vortices from scratch. And the question seems to be, who is going to step up to do it? And I feel all the brooms, and I feel the space where they're supposed to be swept. But now... And it is like moving tar or moving molasses, something very slow and very thick.
Yes.
And I have the feeling that when I stop pulsing the energy, that it's going to stop moving very quickly.
Yes.
So it's a continual effort is needed. Some big stuff is starting to clear up. It smells like rotten chunkies from the bottom of the end of the line, below the end of the line outpost. They're starting to clear up. Just pulsing them up.
And getting knee pain, so it's moving up.
Pulsing it up. It's a really big clump of whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of sadness associated with it. It also feels like confusion. Just taking a moment to clear the pillar. And there's so much debris. Grabbing one of those big scoopers down at the base and scooping up. Seeing Pan's face again. And he feels like he's really up against it. That feeling of standing at the line of what needs to be done ahead of us and what we're comfortable with behind us.
That moving forward is impossible, and moving
backward
is
a
slow,
painful
death.
That's true. So congratulations, you've reached the powerful point of choice, where a decision makes all the difference. Are you going to take the courageous choice and move forward? My story is Pan just stepped over whatever that line was.
Yes, it feels good. Something just happened that feels good.
It's starting to feel better. Starting to feel like he's moving in the right direction. Starting to feel like weights are lifting off of him as he walks.
Yes.
And that the sounds are getting quieter around him. And it feels actually kind of like everything he was afraid of happening is happening, and it's all right. It feels like luggage is coming up, big old suitcases, baggage. This could be a metaphor for baggage, whatever Pan was carrying with him, and all like him. It feels like the nature realm's effort in that second physical dimension pillar is starting to move in the right direction, really for the first time in a long while. And moving up, following the mile markers that Asha set, starting to feel better, clearer, and Asha herself is starting to feel a little less panicked, a little less overwhelmed. As the nature realm's effort starts to move up that pillar, seeing Glenn's face as he's moving down that pillar, and he feels very similarly to how Asha felt not too long ago, of I'm doing this all myself and everyone around me is a bumbling mess and making it worse rather than better, and how am I going to do this? Mm-hmm. And I see how he has been harnessing up and dropping the cables down and climbing back up almost hand over hand, and harnessing up and dropping the cables back down, and it feels like Paul is sulking and everyone else is making it worse, not better. And if we look up from the Black Wolf point, that lower point of the spirit world effort in the second physical dimension pillar, we can see how up at the top the work isn't going well. And it feels like Betty Jean is doing what would have been needed if everyone else up at that level was also doing what they're supposed to do. This isn't a surprise, this is just the situation. So Betty Jean is pulling at her hair is the feeling. Something definitely has to change in the spirit world effort.
The question is what to do with all those hundreds of thousands of people who aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
That's true. That's true, and right now we're making the situation worse,
Much
not better.
worse.
And the only way out of that project is down.
And they're refusing to go down.
That's true.
Do we start pushing them off the cliff? What
It's
do we
possible
do?
we start harnessing and pushing. And it's possible that what hasn't been said is if you don't jump, I'm going to push you. It's possible that we need to start pushing. Because they're not going to jump, they're all standing there.
They're all standing.
Making it worse, not better. Creating a backup.
What would have integrity is if the people who are doing the pushing are ones who have already gone down themselves.
That's true.
Now, Paul has already gone down himself.
That's true.
Would he be willing to start pushing people?
Yes.
If there's a lag in willing, awake participants, we lower down the sleeping participants.
That's true.
They're there
That's
for a
true.
reason. We just
That
lower
starts
them
to
down.
feel like a shift.
Now we just lower them
Lower
down.
them down.
And Glenn now can catch them, and take them off the harness and do the bottom part of it.
That's true.
Paul can drop them down from the top, and Glenn can catch them at the bottom.
That's true.
This is an important point right here. It's really important that we get this.
Yes.
Here this body-mind is giving us a message with pain in the left foot for
That's true.
maybe 3-4 days.
Yeah, that's true.
And we're all pretty much ignoring it, going about our work, thinking we're too busy to pay attention to it, while the body continues to deliver the message.
That's
message
true.
for you, sir. Message
true.
for you, sir. Message for you, sir.
That's true.
Was there anything that came up in the session that wasn't for us? Let's really examine. Was there anything that was just about, quote, just about the physical life, unquote?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Message for you, sir. So, let's just take this to heart, and the next time there's a physical message, to act on it. And the next time might be 20 seconds from now.
That's true. That's true.
Message for you, sir.